In 2005, a virtual world came out of nowhere. It single-handedly revolutionized the internet for kids. A game that started in a basement became the multi-million-dollar phenomenon that everyone was talking about. This is the history of Club Penguin. In 1999, Lance Priebe was hired by Dave Crisco to work at his company, New Horizon Productions, which was known for web design and video production. Lance would work for Dave 4 days a week, while taking the last day of the week off. Why? Well, to spend time developing Flash-based games for his side company, Rocket Snail Games. He had a simple idea to create a multiplayer snowball strategy game. Upon reading a comic, which had a penguin in it, Lance decided that they would be cool to have in his game. Experimental Penguins was born. Launched on July 30th, 2000, it was Lance's first attempt with the flightless creatures. The game was very simple, consisting of 2 activities, waddling around and chatting. There were 3 rooms in which the chatting took place in: the snow room, the North Pole, and the crash site. The snow trickler made its first appearance at the crash site, where players could ride around and roleplay. In only 2 months, the game took off with 25,000 visitors, averaging 20 minutes of playtime each. But it didn't last long. In December, the game was shut down due to server expenses. Lance learned a lot from Experimental Penguins, and would continue to invest time in his penguin niche. By 2001, Lance had begun working on the successor to Experimental Penguins. He took what worked and enhanced it. In January 2003, Penguin Chat went live. It was a huge step up from Experimental, adding many of the staple features that we see in modern-day Club Penguin, like emotes, chat balloons, the ability to throw snowballs, and even early igloos. There was a penguin band in every igloo, playing Ivan Delayed, which was composed by Dave's son and his band. The old penguin model from Experimental was replaced with a cleaner, modern look. Only a month after Penguin Chat's release, over 150,000 penguins were waddling around. In October 2003, a login system was implemented. Players could now register and have their own permanent penguin. The game would continue to grow over the course of 2 years. In 2004, Lance was watching Fox News. A reporter was rambling on how the internet wasn't safe for children. It was the whole MySpace thing. Everybody was paranoid, saying kids shouldn't be online. It basically made me sit down and go, okay, so how do you make it so they can be safe? Lance Priebe. It was then that Lance's light bulb went off. He got the idea to fully expand his chatting game into something greater. Something bigger. A 4-page design document that would become Club Penguin was written, and Lance began work on his game. His vision was to work on it every Friday and launch in 2010. Meanwhile, at New Horizon Productions, Dave recently hired a young sales guy named Lane Merrifield. Lane took deep interest in Lance's art project, as he called it, and began to wrap a tight business model around the game. Penguin Chat 3, as it would be called, launched in March 2005 to test Club Penguin servers. Penguin Chat 3 shares many core concepts that Club Penguin relies on today. Different rooms, special dances, heck, even early mascots. With Penguin Chat 3 going strong, Lane and Lance had to confront their boss, Dave, and present the idea to him. They agreed to found a new company, New Horizon Interactive, and would become equal partners. Dave agreed to fund the project, and widely known Club Penguin staff members like Chris Hendricks and Holly Hildebrandt were hired. While Lance worked on the product, Lane and Dave worked on the business model, which consisted of no third-party advertising. The game would make money by having a subscription-based membership. Making the game safe was a necessity. The big update, as the team called it, was the transition from Penguin Chat to, well, they weren't sure what to call it yet. They tossed around ideas like Penguin World and Penguin Land. In the end, they decided on Club Penguin and registered the domain on June 13th, 2005 for $10. With new employees hired, production was going well. New rooms, the first mini-games, furniture, a new chat system, a friends list, and more were in the works. On August 22nd, 2005, closed beta testing officially began with 5,000 users, most which had played Penguin Chat 3. Emails were sent out to those 5,000 with the option to invite their friends. New Horizon manually sent out every email, and in 1 month, that 5,000 had grown to over 30,000 kids who were eagerly waiting to test out this unheard-of game. On September 21st, 2005, Club Penguin threw their first ever party to try and cram on as many users online at once. Parties were not in the original design document, and the beta test party ignited the idea for having monthly parties that the game became so well known for. The legendary party hat was obtainable at this event. Screenhog had designed the item. With 155 penguins online simultaneously, the party was a success. Many things were added and tweaked throughout the beta, which lasted from August 22nd through October 20th. Music was added to minigames. Rooms like the snow forts helped expand the island, but the biggest change was a new igloo system. Up until this point, the igloo system from Penguin Chat was used. After a successful beta test, Club Penguin officially launched on October 24th, 2005. Membership was available for purchase with 3 plans to choose from: a monthly plan for $5.95, a 6-month for $29.95, or a 12-month for $57.95. 27 memberships were sold the first day. From here on out, the game would experience exponential growth. Club Penguin was growing fast, like real fast. They needed more and more staff members to keep up with the demand. In December 2005, Nathan Swasicki, which you may know as Gizmo, was hired to run the community support team. When Club Penguin launched, the term virtual world didn't even exist. Most early staff members were Lane and Lance's friends. Nathan had previously been working at Starbucks, serving coffee. Lane knew Nathan was great at talking to people and helping them out, so he offered him a job. Nathan accepted. In only a few months, more than 40 employees at that Starbucks store alone left and joined Club Penguin. It was a brand new experience, and everyone was hopping on the bandwagon. The first office, which housed 10 employees, was quickly outgrown, and the team moved to a new one, which could accommodate 35. Club Penguin relocated several times in their early years, as the game was booming. They kept outgrowing each office they had. 3 months after launch, Club Penguin was profitable. In March 2006, the game was featured on the wildly popular gaming site, Miniclip. Thousands of new players registered, and only 5 months after launch, 1.6 million penguins were waddling around. During the same month, one of Club Penguin's core features were launched. Pets, Puffles as they were called, became available for adoption on March 17th, 2006. Throughout the years, Puffles would become the most recognizable icon on Club Penguin, aside from the penguins themselves. The game was growing so rapidly that Lance completely rebuilt Club Penguin's infrastructure 2 times just to keep up with the demand. On October 24th, 2006, New Horizons celebrated Club Penguin's first anniversary. By the end of the year, the press had reported that Club Penguin took in $60 million in revenue. But get this, nearly half was profit. Club Penguin was becoming a household name. By 2007, Club Penguin had become the Saturday morning cartoon. Millions of kids were logging on every day. It was getting to the point where New Horizons Interactive was having trouble keeping up with the demand. They only had so many resources at their disposal. Many companies like Walmart were pressuring them into getting merchandise out. Companies like Disney and Sony had become very interested in the game. When projections showed that Club Penguin would generate $65 million in revenue by the end of 2007, with $35 million of it being profit, the three founders rented out a conference room to discuss what exactly they wanted to do with the company. It was the first time all three sat down together in months. They had offers from Sony for $500 million, among other companies. The founders, however, weren't interested in the money. They wanted a partner who had the resources and the connections to make this thing go international. They already had over 40% of their audience coming from outside of North America. They needed offices across the world to print first-class phone support, penguins in toy stores, and translate the game into different languages. The trio came up with non-negotiable terms, which would have to happen in order to reach a deal. The business would stay headquartered in Kelowna, where the three men had settled with their families. The co-founders would maintain operating control of the company, and 10% of profits would continue to go to charity. Disney was the one to accept those conditions. On August 1st, 2007, the Walt Disney Company purchased New Horizons Interactive for the sum of $350 million, promising an additional $350 million if certain performance targets were met by 2009. At this point, New Horizons employed over 150 people. Club Penguin had over 12 million players, of which 700,000 were paid subscribers. After the deal was done, the lives of the co-founders didn't change much. Aside from becoming multi-millionaires, they still ran the office like usual. Dave might have added a swimming pool to his house, and Lane might have bought a new car, but they were still the same people. Disney began to pour in tons of new employees and fully expand the small office. " 2008 was a huge year for Club Penguin. In January, they moved into the technology building, Landmark 4, and took up 3 of the 6 floors. The team still resides in that office today. Apart from relocating to a new office, blockbuster parties and minigames like Card Jitsu and the Music Jam debuted in 2008. Disney had big plans for Club Penguin. While they were working on them, Lance was getting close to burning out. He had been working constantly on the game for over 3 years now. He needed a break. His last rodeo with Club Penguin would be launching Card Jitsu. After meeting the WizKids design team, Lance was inspired to create that collectible card game Disney was looking for. He went home and typed up a design document. He wanted something more than a normal card game. Lance wanted something that worked within the virtual world. After a few name tosses around the office, Card Jitsu was decided on. A month before the game launched, Disney unveiled their huge project on Club Penguin's 3rd birthday. Merchandise, and a truckload of it. Players were now able to purchase Penguin and Puffle plushes, books, playsets, trading cards, action figures, and even a Nintendo DS game. All of this merchandise was debuted in New York City, broadcasted live. Disney clearly had big expectations for this Penguin game. More than 6.8 million people visited Club Penguin's website in December 2008, its highest numbers yet. After launching Card-Jitsu in November, Lance was burnt out. He took 2009 off to work on a farm. Lance and Dave both left Disney in 2010. There was only one original founder left, Lane. Club Penguin would continue to grow throughout 2009 and into 2012. Many memorable parties like the Festival of Flight, the Wilderness Expedition, Operation Blackout, alongside many others occurred during these years. In October 2011, Club Penguin completely revamped the friends list. Up until this point, you could only have up to 100 friends. It was a simple blue list showing who was online and what room they were in. This new friends list introduced a brand new interface, alongside the ability to search for any penguin you wish to add. The 100 limit was increased to 500, and you could tag people as a best friend. In June 2012, Club Penguin launched a party that for the first time in franchise history, incorporated characters outside the penguin world. Disney had a huge movie coming out in May, The Avengers. The idea of penguins and superheroes was tossed around, and the rest is history. The Marvel Superhero Takeover was created. Launched on June 14, 2012, it changed the game forever. A lot of controversy took place over this event. Many Disney executives wanted other Disney internal properties to appear on Club Penguin for years, while some of the game's staff members thought otherwise. In the end, the takeover was a success. More than 20 million players logged on during the event, and doubled the game's daily logins. The Marvel Superhero Takeover jump-started the trend of Disney-inspired parties. There would be 13 more takeovers. Many popular franchises like Star Wars and the Muppets were eventually brought into Club Penguin over the years. About a month after the Marvel Takeover, on July 26, one of the biggest in-game updates went live. A brand new igloo system. Prior to this update, you could only decorate one igloo at a time, and had to scroll through page after page to find which item you wanted to place. With the new system, you could design and save up to 3 igloos. A new igloo liking system was also introduced, which allowed penguins to like each other's igloos. You could choose a different igloo. You could also choose different igloo locations, or choose not to live in an igloo at all. The update was huge. Fast forward to October 2012. Lane announced he was leaving Club Penguin after 7 years of leading the team. To my friends at Disney, 5 years ago our little company joined Disney, and I had no idea then what an amazing adventure it would turn out to be. Since that time, I have had the privilege of working alongside and learning from so many of you, and the joy of creating great products together. I appreciate the opportunity and the faith this company placed in me, and the ways it has allowed me to grow, both as a leader and as a person. I am also grateful for the countless memories this company has created for me and my family. Our team has grown Club Penguin from a simple idea to being the largest global virtual world for kids for 7 years straight, while maintaining a significant profit margin. I am incredibly proud to have been a part of Club Penguin, and I know it will continue to grow and thrive. Like many entrepreneurs though, there comes a time when the desire to create something new outweighs the comfort of what's known, and for me, that time has come. Over the past year, I've invested in a new educational startup called Fresh Grade that focuses on creating mobile cloud-based assignment software for teachers and students, and has reached a place where more of my time is needed. We started Club Penguin in order to enhance our children's online experience, and now I hope to do the same with their educational experience. Thank you for the role you played in my journey, and I truly hope that even though my business card may change, my friendship with so many of you will not. With gratitude, Lane. Lane's successor would be Chris Heatherly, who had previously worked on Club Penguin's toy line. Lane learned from Dave that in order for your company to be strong, you need to plan a successor. Lane spent his last year at Club Penguin training Chris personally, to ensure he would do great. Lane officially left in January 2013. Also in the same year, Club Penguin revamped their art style. Penguins were given more shades and action shots. In May 2013, Club Penguin launched something that had been in the works for years: the Club Penguin mobile app. For the first time ever, players could log on to their penguins on mobile devices. At first, you could only log on to your penguin and change its clothes and play games. In August, the ability to decorate your igloo and to see your penguin in 3D was implemented. By the end of 2013, a few rooms from the web were added to the app. In 2014, the app was given parties. The Frozen Takeover was the first party to occur both on the web and the app. The Club Penguin app continues to grow and develop to this day. Club Penguin is currently working on the technology they will use to take them to the future. They call it Project Super Secret, and it is on track to launch in 2016. Club Penguin turned 10 years old today. The snowy world has been a part of millions of players' lives. A game that was expected to crash and burn only a few months after launch has been successful for 10 years. 300 million players. 10 years of penguins. 10 years of memories. 10 years of waddling around and meeting new friends. Thanks for watching.